Blessed. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Namesu erade se woni mi gbanko bia ne mabanke se yankopana me de me ho matoso. Surely he will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. And in the name of he who died and rose again, shall you succeed and be blessed in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. Me done this in the Most High, Almighty God, creator of the heaven and earth, in the supreme ruler. Blessed. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed. Oh, feel blessed. I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David dance. Feel blessed, feel blessed. Let me hear you feel safe, blessed. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David did. Let me hear you say, ooh, Lord. Everybody sing, ooh, Lord, We want to let you look at, ooh, Lord, You've been so wrong. You got the enemy, shuffle, hearing me. Mommy, don't move up from Eddie Dibia. Tell me, consumer, and won't you? Namanunga shall make your man. Tell me, consumer, and won't you? Namanunga shall make your man. Indeed, Miss Rock, and I do go from Biara. Miss Rock, and I do go from Biara. On Nema Kucham, and Nema Kucham. Yannimu anije, Ninu nasina metina. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David dance. Feel blessed, feel blessed. Let me hear you feel safe, blessed. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. Can dance like David did. We want to let you look at, ooh, Lord. Blessed. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Namesu erade se woni mi gbanko bia ne mabanke se yankopana me de me ho matoso. Surely He would deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. And in the name of He who died and rose again, shall you succeed and be blessed in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. Me adore the Most High, Almighty God, Creator of the heaven and earth, in the supreme ruler. Blessed. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love. Dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed. Oh, I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David danced. Feel blessed. Let me hear you feel safe, blessed. Feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David did. Let me hear you say, ooh, Lord. Everybody sing, ooh, Lord. We want on that team, we can, ooh, Lord. You got in me, shuffle, hearing me. Mommy, don't move from Eddie Dibia. Ujao mi konsiwa ehojo, na manuya shemi kerama. Ujao mi konsiwa ehojo, na manuya shemi kerama. Enti, misuro, anajubo bombiara. Misuro, anajubo bombiara. Onone makucham. Nyanimu anije. Ninu nasina metina. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love. Dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed. I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David danced. Feel blessed. Let me hear you feel safe, blessed. Feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David did. We want on that team, we can, ooh, Lord. Blessed. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Kamesu erade se woni mi gbanko bia ne mabanke se yankopana me de me ho matoso. Surely he will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. And in the name of He who died and rose again, shall you succeed and be blessed in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. Me done this with the Most High, Almighty God, Creator of the heaven and earth, in the supreme ruler. Blessed. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love. Dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed, oh, feel blessed. I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David danced. Feel blessed, feel blessed. Let me hear you feel safe, blessed. Feel blessed, feel blessed. Yeah. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David did. Let me hear you say, ooh, Lord. Everybody sing, ooh, Lord. We want on that team who can, ooh, Lord. You've been so you didn't me shuffle, she in me. Mommy, don't from Eddie Dibia. Tell me, cause you are a wojo. Namanunga shall make your man. Tell me, cause you are a wojo. Namanunga shall make your man. Enti, Missuro, and I do from Biara. Missuro, and I do from Biara. On Nima Kucham, and Nima Kucham. Nanimu anije, Ninu nasina metina. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David danced. Feel blessed, feel blessed. Let me hear you feel safe, blessed. Feel blessed, feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. Can just like you, we want on that team who can, ooh, Lord. Blessed. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Namesu eradise wuni mi banko biane mabanke se yankupana me deme ho matoso. Surely he will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. And in the name of he who died and rose again, shall you succeed and be blessed. In the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. Me done this with the Most High, Almighty God, Creator of the heaven and earth, in the supreme ruler. Blessed. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed, oh, feel blessed. I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed, I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David danced. Feel blessed, let me hear you feel safe to blessed. Feel blessed, yeah. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David did. Let me hear you say, ooh, Lord. Everybody sing, ooh, Lord, We want on that team who can, ooh, Lord, You've been so wrong. You got the enemy, shuffle, hearing me. Mommy, don't move from Eddie Dibia. Jao mi konsiwa mojo na manum ya shemi kerama. Jao mi konsiwa mojo na manum ya shemi kerama. Enti misuro anajubo bombiara. Misuro anajubo bombiara. Onone makucham. Nyanimu anije Ninu nasina metina. Feel blessed, I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed, I feel blessed 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed, I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David danced. Feel blessed, let me hear you feel safe to blessed. Feel blessed, I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David did. We want on that team who can, ooh, Lord. Blessed. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Namesu eradise wuni mi banko biane mabanke se yankupana me de me ho matoso. Surely he will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. And in the name of he who died and rose again, shall you succeed and be blessed. In the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. He had done this in the Most High, Almighty God, creator of the heaven and earth, in the supreme ruler. Blessed. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed, I feel blessed 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed, I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David danced. Feel blessed, let me hear you feel safe to blessed. Feel blessed, yeah. I feel blessed when your ooh, Lord. Yeah. Everybody sing, ooh, Lord. Yeah. We want on that team, we can, ooh, Lord. Yeah. You've been so wrong. You didn't let me shuffle, hearing me. Mommy, don't move up from Eddie Dibia. Tell me, cause you are a wojo. Namanunga Shamikama. Tell me, cause you are a wojo. Namanunga Shamikama. Enti, Miss Ro, and I do from Biara. Miss Ro, and I do from Biara. Nima kucham, Nyannimu anije, Ninu sina metina. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed, I feel blessed, cause your promises are sure. They are here and amen. Feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David dance. Feel blessed. Let me hear you feel safe, feel blessed. Feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can just like you, we want on that team, we can, ooh, Lord, blessed. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide.
Chairman, in fact, I actually came to find out about my investment. Yes, my
investment. Your investment. Oh, sir, considering the micro-inflationary dynamics of the systematic advanced calculated forms, your investment is perpetual towards ratification.
meaning?
In simple terms, Sikanashi.
Misikanashi.
Don't shout. Swallow it. You care for some coffee?
Make the right choice. Invest with SIMS Stanbic Investment Management Services for capital preservation and competitive returns. Try SIMS today and you will not regret your decision. Stanbic Investment Management Services, your investment specialist.
Dear Kojo,
Dear Abuna,
we have everything.
but I have one question for you.
What happened to our love? Dear Kojo,
Dear Abuna,
we have everything.
but I have one question for you.
What happened to our love?
Hello, welcome to Encore, the Facebook Live platform on which we discuss all things love, marriage, relationship, sex, and what have you. They call me Uncle Ebo Whyte. I work with Roverman Productions. And at Roverman Productions, we say, be the difference. Now, good things are happening here, even under all the restrictions that have been imposed upon us. And on this Sunday, we're having our third webinar on relationships. This is at 5 p.m. And we'll be discussing the topic, what has happened to our love, what happened to our love. And you want to join us, we encourage you to join us. You can send WhatsApp to 050-554-6030. Or if you want to make a call and ask questions, you send you call us on 050-554-6010. And you'll be sorted out. This is for you, for couples you know, friends you know, who you know will need some help with their relationship. Invite them, encourage them to join us, and they will be blessed. For now, I'd like to say thank you very much for joining us. I do not take the fact that you join us for every episode for granted. I'd like to welcome those of you who are already here: Priscilla, Aris, Daniel, Chum, Patricia, Ofoli, Deborah, Akrasi, Franklin, Linda, Nanaraba, Mamiama, Lavish. Well, that's an interesting name. Lavish. Well, Lavish. Lavish, welcome to you, to Encore, and to every one of you who have logged on. For this episode, I'm going to make a presentation. I call that the relationship advice that you are going to give when you are 60. It doesn't matter what experience you have. It doesn't matter what kind of life you have. I guarantee you that when you are 60, one of the 20 pieces of advice that I'm going to roll out now, you would give. You give to somebody. You give either to your child, you give either to your nephew, your niece, or possibly your grandchild. Because now the children are giving birth at 13. So at 60, you would have been a grandfather how many times so far? This is relationship advice that I guarantee that you will give when you are 60. Why would you give it when you are 60? Because you will know better. You will look back with the benefit of hindsight. You will be so philosophical, and you'll be so wise. You will be able to look at life in a different way because you have gained much more understanding and appreciation of the principles of the truth of life. And this is what you will give people. Unfortunately, just like it's going to happen now as I give the advice, you may give the advice to people who will not mind you. They won't listen to you. And they will make the same mistakes you are making now till they are 60. And then they would also look for people to give that advice to, and they would also be ignored again, and then the cycle will continue. But maybe I'm being too negative. Maybe you will turn this thing around. Maybe you will break the cycle. You will listen to the advice this 60-plus man is giving, so that when you are 60, the examples you give, the advice you give, when you give this advice, they'll be true to your life. You'll be saying, this is what I know. These are the things that helped me. Not these are the things I wish I know. These are the things that helped me. These are the things that have made a difference to my life. These are the things that have brought me where I am. So, if you're ready, let's go. We are looking at the 60, at the kind of advice you are very likely to give when you are 60, in your 60s. Number one, you are complete with or without a relationship. You know, when you are younger, because of peer pressure and all that, one of the things that you can't cope with is the fact that you don't have anybody in your life. You don't have a relationship in your life. Now, not that you don't have anybody. You have a lot of people in your life, but you don't have a love relationship in your life. And when you are younger, you think there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong. All my friends are hooking up, they are marrying, and they are divorcing, and things like that. Me, nobody is coming my way for me to divorce or to be divorced. And so what is wrong with me? You want a normal life. I understand that. The key thing to note is that you are complete with or without a relationship. You can have a great life with a relationship. You can also have a great life without a relationship. Indeed, experience seems to suggest that it is possible to have even a better life when you are not in a relationship, because then you run the show. You decide what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, and you don't have to apologize to anybody, explain to anybody, and it's a fantastic place to be. You are complete with or without a relationship. Advice number 2. Your primary love relationship should be with yourself. In other words, you should love yourself first. When you are 60, you will look back and realize, oh my goodness, why did I focus all my energy on others and wishing there was somebody to love, or what am I going to do to make this one happy, and things like that. What you realize when you are 60 is that all that mattered was to love yourself first. And if you love yourself first, you'll be able to build a great relationship with anybody at all, because you've got your foundation right, and the foundation is you and the relationship you have with yourself. It's a great place to be when you can say, I love myself. I love myself. Advice number 3 that you give when you're in your 60s will be, don't rush. Take your time. Don't rush. Don't rush. When somebody in the 20s come and they are all frustrated because they are not in a relationship, I laugh at them and say, why are you rushing to? I mean, take your time. This is not a race. This is not a race. The woman was saying that, well, Uncle, well, no, for us, it's a race against the clock. Well, let the clock go to hell. What matters is you, not the clock. So don't rush. Take your time. It is better to do it right late than to rush and destroy yourself just because you want to keep up with the next person. Number 4, the choice of a partner matters. The choice matters, and it matters a great deal. You can't just hook up with somebody. You can't just decide that, as for me, I am going to get it on with anybody who is available. You've got to be careful. You've got to be careful, because your choice is about destiny. It's about whether you realize your destiny or whether you will be diverted away from your destiny. It is about whether you will know fulfillment in your life or not. It is about whether you can look your children in the face and be proud of the parents you gave them, the father or the mother you gave them, or not. So the choice of a partner matters. That takes us to the next. Number 5, marry a friend. Marry a friend if it is at all possible. Marry somebody you know, somebody you can chat with, somebody you can spend time with and not pretend, somebody you know as much about as is possible, so that the room for unpleasant surprises after marriage are reduced to the barest minimum. Marry somebody you can have a chat with, because trust me, that feeling, the romantic feeling, the excitement and all that, they will go away, and it will be just the two of you. The children, they will grow, they would move on. It will be just the two of you. And if the two of you cannot stand each other and cannot spend time together, you are going to be in trouble. You and your partner should look not just to today, look to the time when both of you are old. What would you talk about? Would you have enough to talk about? Would you have enough stored away in your memory bank that you can review and you can cash in and lighten your days as much as possible. Number 6, be realistic in your expectations. Expectations are key. Many of us are flawed because of unrealistic expectations. You know something? Life does not care what your expectations are. Life will give you what is real. Life does not care whether you think that a man should carry you or not. Life doesn't care whether you've always romanticized about having dinner with your spouse or not. Life does not care whether you and your partner want to marry somebody. You can go for long walks in the sunset and things like that. No, life does not care. So be realistic. Be realistic. You may want long walks by the beach. Well, what if you found yourself in Techiman? Which beach are you going to have a walk on? Or at Tuobodom?
Techiman Resort.
So, unless you pour salt into your sink and walk by it, you're not going to be anywhere near the sea. Be realistic and embrace life as it comes, because life will happen. Life has a mind of its own, and when you are unrealistic, you can have quite a lot of issues your way. Well, that brings us to number 7. If you are joining us, we are looking at relationship lessons that you will teach others when you are 60. I guarantee you will teach these things when you are 60. You look back, you have so much you want to share. You would look back and share these things with those younger people around you, most of whom will be scratching their balls as you are talking to them and not listening to you until they are 60 themselves, and then they realize, I wish I had listened. So I hope that you are not one of those who would look back and say, oh, I wish I had listened. But I'll be able to say, you know, when I was much younger, I heard a 67-year-old man share these things, and they have helped me tremendously. Number 7, watch your attitude. Watch your attitude. You know, your attitude is an expression of the way you think of yourself and you think of the world. That is what gives you your attitude. So if you don't think too highly of yourself, you're going to live your life with a lot of defensiveness. And then you're going to be too petty, you're going to be too sensitive, or you're going to put on airs of pride and unnecessary pride, foolish pride, and things like that. But when you have a good image of yourself, your attitude becomes more understanding, more humble, more agreeable. So watch your attitude, because people will give back to you what you give them. When you're relating to people, they reflect you. So you don't like how somebody speaks to you, then watch how you speak to them, because they may be reflecting how you speak to them, how you come across to them. So watch your attitude, because there is this saying that some of these motivational speakers say, they say, your attitude will determine your altitude. In other words, your attitude will determine how far you go. In a relationship, your attitude will determine whether you enjoy this relationship or not. Lesson number 8, be patient. Be patient in a relationship. Be patient with yourself, because it takes time to become a great lover. It takes time. You yourself will need to adjust a lot. Be patient with your partner, because he or she would also need time to adjust and to grow and mature into the kind of person he needs to be. Be patient with the two of you. So be patient with yourself, be patient with your partner, but be patient with the two of you as a couple, because it will also take time for you to mold yourselves into the kind of couple you need to be. And then be patient with life. Because, you know, technology has made us think that we can have everything like that. But it is what it is. You know, you are not going to have a baby by making 9 women pregnant at the same time. You won't have a baby in a month by making 9 women pregnant at the same time. Because if you make 9 women pregnant at the same time, after 1 month, that would be 9 months of pregnancy. But it doesn't work that way. You would need 8, 9 months for each of them. So remember that. Life won't change that for you. I remember when I was a boy, we decided to construct a stadium in a compound next to our house. So I lived in K2, but K1 had this space that the man wasn't using. He wasn't married then, and he wasn't using it for anything. We were the ones who sometimes he would engage to go and weed for him. So one school vacation, we went to him and said, "Can we turn your compound?" There was quite a lot of space there into a stadium. I said, "Oh, sure." Because you see, he knew that as long as we are playing there, there's security. Now the grass would stay the same, but there will be security in the house also. Because he barely stayed in the house. He was a very busy man. He was single. He comes and goes. So he was happy to give us a place. So we went to the forest. In those days, there was still forest, not too far away from South Centreso. You walk just a few kilometers, you could get into a forest. So we got into the forest and we cut down bamboos, bamboo trees, and we came. So we constructed the goalposts at the 2 ends. We got some white color, did the ruled the lines and things like that. It was looking pretty, you know. Then I looked there. I looked at the stadium and I said, no. Something is missing. Then the guy said, "What is missing?" I said, "Wait." So I went for a hole. And I went to the goal area of one of the posts, and I started weeding the weeds there away. Then they said, "Kwabena, what are you doing?" I said, haven't you been to any stadium before? In any football pitch you go to, you'll find that the space in front of the goal area is bare. So that's what I'm doing, because that is how
Stadium should look.
Yes, that's the feel that they say. And then my friend started laughing and said, "Kwabena, you leave it. It will happen. It will come." And I said, "It will come." He said, "Kwabena, we say you leave it."
Takes time.
And within just a number of days, we had that place had all gone quatrekwa, you know. But it taught me a life lesson that some things, they will take time. You know, sometimes you watch a relationship of some people and you admire them so much. And I tell younger people, ask them their journey, because there's a story. They didn't get here from their wedding, but they have come a long way. Definitely, that is the case with me, that my wife and I have come a long way. Now, these days, sometimes I sit down and I go, "Oh, Erade, was that such a foolish boy?" Because I look at some of the foolish things I've done in my relationship, and I thank God that He's brought me this far. Number 9. Don't depend on your partner to make you happy. Don't depend on your partner to make you happy. People say, "Oh, I want someone to make me happy. You don't make me happy. You don't make me happy." It's something a lot of boys hear. "Oh, you don't make me happy. You don't make me happy. You don't make me happy." Well, nobody owes it to you to make you happy. Happiness is your choice. It's a choice you make. Because if you don't choose to be happy, you could be married to the best possible person and you will still not be happy. I've seen people at a party not happy. Everybody is jamming. The party is cooking. It is rocking. They are in a corner. They are not happy. You know why? Because somebody they don't like just smiled at the person they came with at their date, and their date smiled back. So they've decided that's it. They won't be happy. Throughout the whole evening, they will not be happy. Happiness is a choice, and it's also your responsibility. Make that choice for yourself. I was just trying to see if there's anything there. Okay. Okay, this story shows that you are not a great footballer. No, I was a small boy. I was a very small boy. But I learned that day because I hadn't played on any field that was new. You know, all the fields we had played on, the goal areas were always quadriqua. So I thought, in my naivety, so say I was a naive boy, but don't say I wasn't a great footballer. Now, so let us go on.
Will you take questions?
Yes. So you can send questions.
So, okay. So this is something that before we move so much away.
Okay.
When you spoke about be patient with yourself, with your partner, with you two as a couple, be patient with life. Patience there. Now, patience comes with the time.
Yes.
Without time, there's nothing like patience.
No, without a mindset, there's no patience.
Yes, but there has to be the passage of time. You have to have that patience for you to wait for something to mature. Because
not necessarily. Like, let me give you an example. In traffic. In traffic, somebody is messing you up.
Okay.
Do you understand me? The patience you need then is self-control. It's your controlling your temper.
Okay.
You don't have to say, you wait, when I grow and you do this to me, I will not mind you. You know, right there and then, your state of mind, your control, your discipline kicks in. So patience is not always a factor of time.
Okay.
It is more a factor of discipline and control and self-control.
Okay.
For instance, if somebody is saying something to you that is annoying, you know, you don't need time to be patient there and to weigh your words. You just need the decision that I am not going to blow up. Okay. It is not always a factor of time. Okay. Time helps, but it's not. And in a lot of cases where you need patience, you will not have the luxury of time.
That is why the patience has to kick in.
Yes. In a lot of the situations where you will need patience to get you out of trouble, you wouldn't have the luxury of time to decide that, okay, I will take my... No. There will be no time. It's just like that. But your discipline and everything should also kick in just like that, so you don't blow it. Because it takes... life can take you... Life can take you by surprise. And sometimes having a certain mindset and a certain orientation helps you. So if you're an orientation that life, it pays to be patient. Like, one unfortunate example that I gave on this platform had to do with a man on the Kaneshi First Light area, the Kaneshi Road, the Kaneshi Market Road.
Yes.
He stops for people to cross the road, and the last person among them just was not walking fast enough. All the others ran to go, because they appreciated that he didn't need to stop for them, so they quickly went across. But there was this last boy who won't walk fast and was looking at him, and as it were, taunting him, So he got so irritated watching this boy. I'll stop for you. Won't you hurry up and get the hell out of there? So while the guy was just about off the road, he decided, let me also frighten this boy. So he takes off. Takes off knowing that the boy was almost at the curb, so he will run off. He wanted to scare him to run off. Well, he did scare the guy, but when the guy was running off, the heel of his feet was still on the way. So when the guy thought he was gone, the fender of the car hit the heel of the boy and spun the boy around, and the boy fell backward with his head against the edge of the curb. And that was the end of the boy. The boy died. And he keeps on saying, he said, Uncle, but all I needed was just half a second. The boy would have been gone. See, patience. It's a discipline. It's a discipline. It's not a function of time or always. That's why I separated the don't rush, take your time with patience.
Then, on your table shaker, don't depend on your partner to make you happy.
Yes.
Happiness is your choice.
Yes, it is your choice.
How?
It is your choice and your responsibility. The two go together.
So,
in other words, you owe it to yourself to decide, I am going to be happy. I'm going to be happy here. There's a story that is told on the I picked it from the net. An old lady was being checked into an old people's home. And when they were filling in this thing, she asked a few questions about the room they were giving her, and she said, I love it. And the son said, but Mom, you haven't seen it yet. He said, I don't need to see it to love it. I have to love it to like it. You know, he hadn't seen it, but she had decided, no matter what it is, I have made up my mind. I'm going to love it. So it's like happiness. Happiness, you've got to decide that I'm going to make the most of my life. So I'm eating kenke and shito. Oh, I love it. I am happy I've got food to eat. There's somebody who sees that as me, but when am I at all going to get chicken? You know, trust me, if you have that attitude to kenke and shito, when you are eating turkey, you have even more reasons not to be happy.
Uncle, so in this instance, what about, are we then saying that in a situation where a partner is not making the other person happy, understand that happiness is your choice. So even if I'm not getting that happiness from the partner, I should just fix my mind on the fact that I'm supposed to make myself happy.
Yes.
So no matter what you do, I'm going to make myself happy and still continue. Even though the kind of experience or treatment I may be getting from a husband, or a wife may not be appropriate.
Yeah. You owe that to yourself.
But isn't that a leeway for a partner to just do it anyhow because, after all, happiness
That is what we think. That is what we think mistakenly. Because what happens with one of the things about human nature is that I will not give you what I know you need. If I know you need this or you want it that badly, the human nature in me, I won't give it to you. I will give you what I don't think you want. So when I know you want me to make you very happy, and you know, I know the things you are asking me to do to make you happy, then I'll control you with that. When I'm happy with you, I will do those things. When I'm not happy with you, I will hold that, knowing the effect on you. But when I realize that you are not in my power, because if I can make you happy, then you have put yourself in my power. Now, the responsibility for making yourself happy, for finding your own happiness, then takes you out of my power. I don't have to. So, for instance, I think I've given this case here. I was speaking at Kama Conference Center, and a lady wanted to come to listen to the lecture. And she wanted to, it was on a relationship thing, she wanted to come with her husband. And I was like, no, I'm not going. So she calls me crying and says, I need to listen to you. And my husband says it's okay. I said, what stops you from coming? Come. You can come yourself. So, okay. So she comes herself. Enjoys the sessions. Then when we close, because she had called me earlier and we had dealt with this issue, I walked her out to see if I could get any of my friends who is going her area to give her a lift. And who had parked his car right at the entrance? Her husband. Had parked his car right at the entrance to come and pick her. You know, a lot of people would have liked to love and watch our shows, but I will tell you, my partner, even if I buy a ticket for him, he won't come. So me, I don't come. And I tell them, you come. Get your friends and come with them. You do that twice. Next time, he will be the one to tell you, I'm going with you. You know. Why? Because now you don't depend on me for it. So I want to be involved.
Yeah, there was, when the last time we went to Tamale, I don't know if you shared that experience here. The last time I went to Tamale, there was this man who didn't want to come with his wife. And so, I don't know, I think she developed this mindset, dressed up, called some of her friends, and came.
Yeah.
In the middle of the show, the man was standing at the door, asking to see his wife.
Okay.
Asking to see his wife. We had to literally, because we don't know who she is. Said she's in there. Go and tell her. Initially, he was telling us that we should go and make an announcement. He mentioned her name, that she should come out. And we were like, I'm sorry, we can't do that. He said he wants to see her. She, too, when she realized that he was there, decided, how many do?
I want him, yes. I'll put on 2 tickets for mine.
You know? It took a while before she came and she was like, what?
No, that responsibility, don't let it go. I have JB with me. JB, whenever you want to
yes,
come in.
And I realize that we are on, so I'll come in.
Okay. All right. Number 10. Don't let appearances fool you, because some fools know how to dress. Don't let appearances fool you, because some fools know how to dress. There are a lot of people who are looking at the outward appearance of people. Oh, he dresses very well. Oh, he's a gentleman. No. A gentleman cannot be bought in a store. No, not even in a store. Benda Boutique. You can buy a gentleman. So don't let appearances fool you. Don't fall in love with the branding. Get to know this person. Listen to him talk. Hear him. You'll get to know whether the look that he's giving you, the appearance, is reflected by the sense he has. So don't let appearances fool you. Number 11. People cannot help but reveal themselves. People cannot help but reveal themselves. So learn to listen. Learn to observe, and learn to take note of everything people do. It isn't always, an impatient person will not say, I am impatient, but watch them. The person is driving you. There's a little delay. A taxi driver stops in front of him to pick a passenger. What does he do? Watch them. People reveal themselves by their actions. People also reveal themselves when they are talking about other things. You can get a lot about the attitude and the mindset of this person when they are talking about something, even if it is about politics. You know, you can. So when a person is all bitter about somebody he doesn't even know, and then he can say things like, "I can't stand him. That minister, I can't stand him." And you ask, have you had an encounter with him? No, I haven't. But I can't stand him. Then you know who you are dealing with. People reveal themselves all the time. Just that we don't often take notice. And sometimes we don't take them seriously. And sometimes we think, oh, he was joking. There's a saying, Never forget what somebody tells you when he's drunk, and never forget what someone tells you when he's joking. Because it may be something they've been wanting to tell you, but now they have a cover, so that if you attack them, say, "Oh, but it was a joke." Really? Was it? Oh, no, but I was joking. Oh, I was joking. Really? Were you really? Of all the jokes you can tell, why did you tell a joke about my legs? It means you've been thinking about these legs. You wanted to say something about my legs, and then you've decided to. You know, Ken, when I said that, I'm sure people will be trying to see my legs, but keep it at this level. Don't let it.
It is there. You know, now on social media, somebody will tell you something at LOL, laughing out loud, and you look at the intensity of what they've told you before the LOL comes, and you're asking, wait, remove the LOL from you. See, what the person is telling you is, don't add LOL to it and come and tell me, oh, can your person know actual LOL?
But that is, it's an interesting thing you just said, Ken. Because I have always been surprised at how your generation insult each other, because you don't think your generation, you are intelligent enough. I'll tell you what I mean. If the thing is funny for us to laugh, am I not intelligent enough to read and know this is a laughing thing and laugh? Yeah. Do I need you to cue me? And so, by the way, you are not intelligent enough, but this one, laugh out loud. You know, because if I don't tell you to laugh out loud, you may not even know that this is light-hearted and you should be laughing. Yeah. And sometimes I've wondered, why do you insult each other like that? You know?
Now the level of sarcasm has shot up. It's become the language now.
No, we are not talking about the sarcasm here. They drop the thing and then they do hello tell.
I think we do that a lot when we have to type text.
Yes.
Our colleagues. But now I think we text our friends with this mindset that I'm texting him with him in front of me. You know, knowing that if I drop this, his face may be like this, or he may be like this. So in order to help him see what I would have thought he would do in front of me, let me add it to the text, so that when he reads it, in my mind.
Because he's so stupid that he wouldn't know that somebody saying this is laughing while saying it.
So everything we type, we just add it as become a normal.
You've taken it as normal, but for me, it's a big insult. So when people send me a mail and tag those things, bring those things, some of those mails I don't respond. I'll ignore. Because what kind of insult is that? Leave me to decide whether this is funny or not.
Uncle, someone gave a translation to that LOL thing that made me fear it, and then I never used it before, but I've never also thought of using it. Somebody translated it to be Lucifer our Lord. You know, so
you too.
No, I know it's funny, but well,
you too. No, it's not Lucifer. It's laugh out loud.
Well,
it's laugh out loud. But again, I'm saying that don't insult each other with that. Loving says, is there a sense of burden to anyone who is to make another happy? Well, that burden is too heavy for anyone to carry. Nobody can achieve it. Nobody can make another happy. Ni Kwate, who said, I am not a good footballer, said happiness is cultivated from within and not without. Ni, you got this one right. The first one you got wrong, but this one you got right. And then somebody whom the police is looking for said, Brandon, look beyond the branding. Police are looking for that person. They should check out this and they'll find him. Fall in love with character, that's Mamiya. Beauty day for market. Yeah, that is true. You'll get beauty in the market. Emmanuel Worshipper says, I just joined. What's on board today? Emma, the time is always 12:30.
Okay, so we go on. Yeah, Uncle.
Yes.
Your sister, you're opening the way, say you are completely with or without a relationship.
Yes.
What then happens to us complementing each other? Because you cannot be everything to yourself.
You cannot be?
Everything to yourself.
Yes.
So it is when you find the weakness in, it is where you more like cover up each other's flaws. So you saying that you are complete with or without a relationship, that is saying that, not necessarily accepting your flaws, but accepting the fact that no matter what happens, you can see the ABC.
No, not the basic. But that I am okay whether I'm in a relationship. I can have a great life in a relationship. But if I'm not in a relationship too, I'm not incomplete. I can also have a great and meaningful life as a single person. All right. So 11 people reveal themselves. Maya Angelou said, if people tell you who they are, believe them. So let me apply this. If people reveal who they are, please take them seriously. Believe them. They are not joking. Number 12. So to the likes of Emmanuel who just joined us, we're talking about advice you give to somebody when you are in your 60s. Number 12. Your words can kill a good relationship. Words can kill a good relationship. Your mouth can kill your relationship. The words that come from you, what you say, especially when you are angry, can destroy a very good thing. And so be very careful with your words. Don't let your words become your undoing. Use words to build a great relationship, to enforce what is good in your relationship, to affirm what is wonderful in this relationship, so you grow the relationship. Don't use your words to tear your relationship down.
Uncle, I have a question on the last one. This one. When you have issues or you're having a problem with your spouse, and then in order to avoid using words that will affect you, and you decide to keep quiet and walk away, and then she goes like, you are always like this, you will never stand to be a man to talk, knowing that if you open your mouth to talk, the words that you drop may affect the relationship in times to come. What do you do? If she always says, Debiana Ujani, you're knowing it's making you angry.
Yeah.
And if you open your mouth to talk, the words may destroy the relationship. So you decide to keep quiet and walk off. Or keep quiet and just watch her rant. And then she's like, there you go. You will never speak. What do you do?
You must understand that when somebody is talking to you and you walk away, it is also disrespectful. You must understand that it is disrespectful, and it also makes a certain statement when you just walk off when somebody is talking to you. I can understand that you are boiling, and you know that when you open your mouth, what will come out will not help. Those are the times when humor helps. When you look for a way of diffusing the tension first. Because whatever she's nagging about, really, in the total scheme of things, does not matter. A lot of times, sometimes we get all wind up in somebody else's grief. You know, I have left my shoe at the door, and she's all wind up about it, and why do you leave your shoes here and things. In the total scheme of things, the shoe, leaving the shoe there does not matter at all.
The shoes are not complete.
Yeah.
Yes. But for now, so that is when you've got to learn, you've got to develop the act of backing off from her emotions, from her anger, and then take charge of the situation. And that's what she meant by you will never be a man, because you are not taking charge of the situation. And sometimes taking charge of the relationship is to try a little bit of humor, if it can come. If nothing comes to mind, then just go, my dear, I'm sorry that I've got you this upset, but we'll talk about this later. We'll talk about this. So no, I want us to talk about it now. No, you have thought about this through before talking. I haven't. So give me time to reflect on this, and then we'll have a conversation. But I promise you, we'll come back to this. We'll talk about this. By the way, where's my food? I'm hungry. And then she'll say, come and eat me.
Yes.
Well, as for eating you, that's not a problem. I'll eat you later. But let me, give me food now. Now what I need is food, not me. That one, I'll eat you you understand?
Yes, I do, Uncle.
Once you know that walking off is unrespectful,
Yeah.
It communicates something else. Then you can then look for healthier.
I did not mean like maybe I didn't put it right. Not like walking off. Probably she's talking, and then you are like finding your corner.
Yes.
You know, like if you have a space in the house that you always find your your comfort, and she's talking, and you are going there.
So what is happening is that you are not validating her anger. She wants that anger. She wants you to know, I recognize you are upset. Whether it is justifiable or not is another matter we can talk about. But I recognize that you are upset. And I'm assuring you that we'll talk about this. Not now, because I'm not ready for this. When will you be ready? I will let you know. Or if you like, give a time. Tomorrow evening, when I come home, that will be the first thing we'll talk about. Or tomorrow morning, we'll talk about this before I go to work.
I have another follow-up question.
Yes,
Uncle, the way you just put it, does it take time to master this? How to break that, when she's asking for immediate answers and response? Your response to that,
Yes.
Does it take time to master it? Because I don't think it's everybody who have it.
Well, that is why we are doing a program like this, so that people will learn.
It's not
the problem is that nobody teaches us these things. But in life, once you make a certain mindset, you have a certain mindset that I deserve some peace. And I am responsible for creating that peaceful environment in my house. Then you take charge. So you don't go saying, my wife is difficult. My husband does not understand me. You take charge because you want a happy home. Because that is the only home you have. And so then you look at, okay, so how can I diffuse tensions in this house? Because the fire in this house is too hot. I want to be able to. In some of the cases, when you see, men must understand that when a woman is upset about something, it must come out. It must come out. Now, quite often, when you don't make time for it to come out, then the children, whatever little thing the children do, they will suffer for it.
Yes.
And they will suffer for it, care of you. This is why she's talking to your children, but she's talking to you.
Oh, it happened to me, I think, 2 days ago. Yeah.
What happened to Subhana? You see your father's character? Now, let me tell you, if you grow up like your father, you suffer beer. And then, but she's not talking to you. She's advising herself because you didn't give room. So men must understand that they need that space. It needs to burn. But it's like any fire, it will burn and sometimes burn itself out. But it happens when they know that you have acknowledged that I am angry. You have acknowledged it. You've acknowledged that I am upset. And that we would have a talk about it. Then I can suspend this, knowing that we'll pick it up later. As against, I don't care whether you are angry or not. If you are angry, go bend the sea. Oh, then she will show you she can bend the sea. At least she will try. So don't tempt a woman with go and burn the sea. Come again?
Maybe.
Yes.
He's asking, what if he doesn't talk about it as promised? Should you bring it up again? And then Nakali is asking, Uncle, please, what if the work is to clear his head? Some of my gender lips are sharp.
But at least, if he wants to go and clear his head, he should let you know. He should give an indication. So it doesn't become like I'm ignoring you or I am disrespecting you. Because the key word for walking off when somebody is talking to you is "wetria affirmation," and it is regarded as a major insult. It's a way of insulting somebody passively, and so remember that, and then overcome that, and find, you know something. Okay, I'm sorry you are upset. I can see you are very upset. But you give me a moment. Give me just 5 minutes. I'll be back. Where are you going? Oh, I just need to clear my head. I just want to give you my best. So can you give me a few days? What if he doesn't want to talk about it? Well, a lot of times when the men say, we'll talk about it later, it's because they are running away from it. That's another way of running about. But if they know, like right now, any boy listening and to this will know that when you make this promise, make time to go to redeem it. Pick the time and say, my dear, I want us to talk about what happened this evening or about what happened yesterday. Give yourself the thought, and you would have had a chance to think about it, to look at a much more caring and gentle way of dealing with it. And you realize her response may be very different. But the key thing is, give it a chance to burn out. Give it a chance to vent, to talk and talk. Recognize it. Oh my goodness, yeah. I didn't know I'd make you this angry. Yeah, that's why I love you. You're the only one who can cope with me on this one. All right, listen. I didn't mean to upset you with this. This and that and that and that and that and that and that and that. And then we are going because, and then we make up, and then we have make-up sex. It's always a good one, eh? No, Ken, you wouldn't know. Sorry,
Yeah.
I asked you.
Yeah, it's always a good one.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Yes. But
always
Ken shouldn't know.
No, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Mami says, yeah, that's when the children become the punching bags. Yes, it's true. A lot of children are paying for the sins of their fathers. They are brought into something and they are not even aware what is happening. Okay, so continuing with number 13. Don't punish your partner for the sins of your ex. Don't punish your partner for the sins of your ex. This happens a lot when somebody says, you men are like that. No, women are not like that. You women, as for women, I know you. Really? You know women? No, you don't. You are projecting on your partner the sins and the weaknesses and the shortcomings of your ex. Remember, there's a reason why we all have names. We have names because we are different. There's a reason that even twins are given different names because we know they are not the same person. So don't punish your partner for the sins of your ex. Number 14, stay faithful. There is an account saying that the man with a lot of women in his life, he dies of hunger. Now, when I was much younger, I thought that hunger is food hunger. But I realized that there's another hunger that kills a man. It's sexual hunger. Because when you have a lot of women in your life, no woman can give herself to you fully. And so you never get sexual satisfaction from any of them because they all know there's somebody else. This thing doesn't mean everything to you. It means everything to them. It doesn't mean anything to you because you are sharing this with all the others. And so why should I then invest so much in it? Stay faithful. no man has been hit by a scandal who was faithful in his relationship. In order for them, no matter how many enemies you have, in order for them to get you, you've got to stray out of your core relationship, and then that is where they get you. So, we go to, are we still on?
Yeah, well.
Okay. We go to number 15. We go to number 15. I think we're getting... we'll go to number 15.
Okay, Uncle.
Yes.
Before you go to 15, there's a very interesting this thing here. Asking for time. This one could be asking for time. Uncle, she will say you are either going to consult a lawyer or going to cook up lies. Anything you say will not be believed, though.
No, it depends on you. It depends on what kind of person you are. If you are the kind of person who she knows is always going to look for people to seeking advice from people, then yes, she'll be justified to say that. But no, whether it doesn't matter how she reads the thing. Let her know I'm not engaging, because it takes two to tango, and I'm not tangoing now. We'll tango, but not now. Give me time, or sometimes a joke. Oh yeah, and then they may woo. A comedy me yes me queen. Yeah, that's a bonnet babu me. You know, and then you answer, you don't fight fair. You don't fight fair. You want to fight a hungry man. Feed me first, and then after that we can fight. It will help diffuse the tension. The point is that don't match. You know, a friend of mine said, at that moment, it's like you driving in the night and the other driver has given you high. You don't return high. When you are driving, and the driver in the night, and the driver coming across, coming towards you, has given you high, you don't give high. Good driving dictates that you don't give high, you give dim, and wait for him to come and pass. Now, when you also give, because there are drivers, when they give you high, what you do is that you flick your light to let him know what your light, because you are blinding me. And then there are lots of drivers who ignore you. And what other drivers do is that, oh, you are ignoring me. Okay, then me too, you two get high. You know, what happens at that time is that you are two blind people driving towards each other. God have mercy on you.
But Uncle, a lot of people, in most cases, those coming towards you with highlights on, most time they don't know their lights are on high.
Yes.
So what happens is, for me, when you are coming towards me and you have your highlights on,
yes.
I also give you high.
Yes.
Then you dim it.
Yes.
When you dim it, I also dim it.
No. So what if it doesn't dim it?
If it doesn't dim it, I go back to dim.
Yes. So the point is that you don't give the person high. You know, you give high to call his attention to the fact that, my brother.
Yes.
But when he ignores it, or doesn't even recognize it, or doesn't acknowledge it, you calm down.
But
because you know that two highs on the night
blinds the two of us.
will not work. Will not work well. That's the principle. But definitely call his attention to it that you've given me high and you are inconveniencing me.
Uncle, there's another question on this high issue.
Yes.
Some also drive behind us and they have their highlights on, and
yes.
it reflects
in your mirror. Yes.
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 How do you give them an indication?
Don't blame them for not using a good car, because every good car has a lever on the mirror that can turn every high light to dim. So either your car is so basic it doesn't have it, or you don't know the value, the use of that little mechanism. It's a mechanism there. And now that you brought it, let me tell you something that happened. I was using this brand new car. It's the first of its kind in Ghana, and it had a very powerful lights. And one evening, I was going to one of the villages in Esikuma area.
Roverman.
Yes, and I was driving behind this taxi driver. And I didn't even know how powerful the lights were. It was a brand new car. Apparently, even driving behind him, I was blinding him. You know, so I could see the guy was making some signs. I didn't understand what the signs were going. This was, you know, one of those village roads. It was an untarred road, the kind of road that two cars cannot go side
by side.
By side, because that's how come I was following him. I would have overtaken him. You know, I would have overtaken him. So you drive. If a car was coming across us, one of us would have to go into the bush
to make way for.
To make room for that person, the other car to come. And he kept on. I could see the guy is agitated. He was agitated, and I was wondering, why is this guy agitated? Then, at a certain point, he couldn't take it anymore, so he stopped. He stopped, got down, and marched to me. I said, Master, why? Master, why? Why? You want to blind me? Why? And I said, why? He said, why have you given me highlight from all this way, all the way here? So I opened my door and said, look on my dashboard. I said, watch. Now watch the road. I'm going to give you high. So I gave high.
And you threw the high.
So I gave the high. So he saw that. He said, hey! It didn't go low. It never did him. And I said, yeah. It was dim. You were before me. Your light was enough. There was no need for me to give you high. Then he said, oh, I'm careful for him. And then he went back to his car. But JV, the anger with which he got down and jumped down from the car, walking, and it was a taxi. And you know, in the village, taxis don't load like they load in town. In the village, you know, in town, 3 back, 1 front.
Yeah.
No. In the village, they don't do that.
It is 4 back, 2 front.
No, as many back as possible as we can pack into the back. And then somebody's sitting with a gear between their legs and things like that. No. So he knew he had support. That if I mess around, he can get the passengers to jump at me. And so I said, Master, I'll look on the road. So I now gave him high. And that's when he realized, oh, no. But yes, but the important thing is that I think that the car makers always knew that there would be foolish people on the road. So they always gave us this mirror with a lever right at the back. You adjust it, and it doesn't matter. He can give you as much high as he wants. It won't do anything. If it is on the side mirror, you can also adjust the angle, so it deflects it away from you, from your eye. So there are ways.
I have to check my car if I have that.
I think you do. I think you do.
I have to check. Yes. I'll check.
You do, because I know your car.
I'll check.
Your car, because your car is not that ordinary. It's not that cheap. So you have it. But you can always amend it. But let's apply it. There's always a way of diffusing some of these things. Just don't get yourself into it, because nobody will win. That's the key thing to note. That that kind of fire, nobody will win. Well, unfortunately, before I could go to to finish it off, the time has not been a friend now, has not been an ally. So I would end it here, and I'd like to thank you very much for joining me. Remember that on Sunday, on the 2nd of May, we have our 3rd webinar on the Matter Day series, and we are looking at what happened to our love. All you have to do is WhatsApp 050-554-6030 to get yourself a ticket or an invite, or you can call us on 050-554-6010 to make all the inquiries. Recommend it to a friend, to a colleague in the office, to somebody in church. Any couple you know would benefit and be blessed by it. And let us see you on Sunday. For now, I'd like to thank JB for joining me. From here, we are going to his car to look at that mechanic for dimming the light. And thank you to Ken, who has occupied the role of about 3 people this evening. He's performed an incredible feat. And thank you to Kwesi, who is also doubled himself so he could take over in the studio. And to you, thank you for staying with us. God bless you, And please stay safe. And remember this one, coronavirus is real. God bless you.
Dear Kojo,
Dear Abuna,
we have everything.
but I have one question for you.
What happened to our love?
Chairman, in fact, I actually came to find out about my investment. Yes, my investment.
Your investment. Your investment.
Yeah, my investment.
Oh. Sir, considering the micro-inflationary dynamics of the systematic advanced calculated forms, your investment is perpetual towards ratification.
Meaning?
In simple terms, Sikanashi.
Misikanashi.
Don't shout. Swallow it. You care for some coffee?
Make the right choice. Invest with Sims Stanbic Investment Management Services for capital preservation and competitive returns. Try Sims today and you will not regret your decision. Stanbic Investment Management Services, your investment specialist.